Why it is important to be offensive. The art of discourse occupies a central role in fostering intellectual and societal progress. At its core, discourse allows individuals to exchange ideas, challenge assumptions, and examine truths that might otherwise remain untested. Discussions, especially those that involve controversial or potentially offensive subjects, which seems to be increasingly common in the modern age, are essential to developing a robust understanding of complex issues and advancing society toward informed, reasoned perspectives. While discourse naturally involves the risk of offense, this aspect is not merely an unfortunate byproduct, but rather an intrinsic requirement for honest, unrestricted dialogue. Without the possibility of offending someone else or being offended oneself, conversations would be reduced to superficial exchanges, lacking the depth needed to tackle and resolve real-world issues. Engaging in open discourse requires the willingness to confront ideas that may be uncomfortable, contentious, or even offensive to some participants. Such interactions are inherently more valuable because they expose individuals to perspectives that differ from their own, requiring each person to confront their own personal beliefs, biases, and preconceptions. The friction created by opposing viewpoints acts as a catalyst for intellectual growth, prompting introspection, objectivity, and the refinement of the ideas, not only of the other conversationalist, but of the self. It is only through this potentially offensive process that society can identify and correct misconceptions, unearth new insights, avoid becoming lost in an echo chamber, and be capable of reaching a more nuanced understanding of complex topics. Historically, many advances in human knowledge and ethics have emerged from dialogues that, at the time, were deemed offensive or heretical, illustrating the essential role that open discourse plays in the pursuit of progress. In an open, discourse-driven society, the act of taking offense should be viewed as a natural, if occasionally uncomfortable, part of human communication. The possibility of causing offense indicates that the discourse is genuine and unfiltered, presenting ideas in their authentic form without succumbing to the constraints of over-censorship. This openness allows conversational participants to address difficult issues candidly, working toward resolutions grounded in truth rather than convenience. If individuals were to censor themselves or avoid certain topics altogether to avoid offense, society would inevitably lose access to valuable insights and perspectives, and the potential to rise above societal challenges. Conversations would become homogenized, reflecting only the narrow views deemed universally acceptable, and innovation would stagnate as critical, dissenting voices are silenced. The suppression of potentially offensive discourse not only limits the scope of ideas explored, but also erodes society and its collective ability to navigate ambiguity and complexity with any semblance of intellectual honesty. The alternative to open discourse can be called nothing except censorship, which inevitably leads to an environment in which dissent is suppressed, and ideas are accepted without critical evaluation. In such a setting, the risk of devolving into a singular, uncritical, inhumane societal mass becomes substantial. Censorship cultivates an atmosphere where prevailing narratives are accepted unchallenged, not because they withstand rigorous scrutiny, but because alternative perspectives are silenced. This type of environment fosters nothing but complacency, as individuals are not encouraged to question, evaluate, or improve upon the status quo. The absence of debate and critical examination breeds intellectual stagnation, limiting the capacity of society to respond effectively to challenges, and precluding the development of innovative solutions. In the absence of open discourse, society and its understanding of truth becomes static, vulnerable to dogma, and resistant to evolution, not to mention dictatorial and authoritarian. For society to have any real opportunity to achieve any meaningful level of systemically sustainable human growth and development, it is essential to maintain a framework where discourse, including the risk of offense, is embraced as a prerequisite for progress. Sustainable development requires adaptability, a quality that emerges from the continual exchange of ideas, reassessment of values, and willingness to explore new paradigms. Sustainable development furthermore requires an integrated approach, focusing on the individual human experience, even as it encourages the individual to understand and accept the benefits of the collective societal good for the improvement in the lives of the individual and the family unit. Open discourse fosters a culture of critical thinking and resilience, enabling societies to navigate complex issues and societal challenges without resorting to simplistic, unexamined solutions. When individuals are permitted and even encouraged to express differing views, society benefits from a diversity of ideas, promoting a dynamic understanding of the world that is capable of evolving alongside new discoveries and challenges. If the bad ideas continue to persist, defeat them in an open and honest, even if offensive debate, but defeat them with better ideas. There is no benefit ever to be gained from the suppression of thought or the casual dismissal of opposing viewpoints, and censorious authoritarianism will only lead to a more rapid expansion and acceptance of those bad ideas. Engaging in even what may be considered offensive discourse is a far more powerful and precise tool for defeating bad ideas, without making a martyr of those with opposing viewpoints. Moreover, the art of discourse is not merely a tool for advancing knowledge. Social intercourse also nurtures empathy and understanding by requiring individuals to consider and engage with perspectives beyond their own. Even when offense arises, it presents an opportunity for individuals to cultivate tolerance and patience, attributes that contribute to a more cohesive and compassionate society. Through respectful discourse, participants learn to coexist with differences, recognizing that diverse perspectives are not threats to personal beliefs, but rather enriching elements of the collective human experience that may ultimately serve to the benefit of the more existential nature of the individual. The willingness to risk offense in the pursuit of open discourse is fundamental to any society that values progress and truth, and especially for any societal structure focusing on systemically sustainable human growth and development. Avoiding offense through censorship compromises the very essence of discourse, leading to a stagnant society bereft of critical thought, adaptability, and innovation. By embracing discourse, including its challenges and risks, society equips itself with the tools necessary to achieve sustainable development, navigate complexity, and foster a culture of intellectual curiosity and integrity. It is only through such engagement that human societies can continue to grow, evolve, and aspire toward greatness, being firmly grounded in a commitment to understanding and advancing the shared human condition, even if it may be somewhat offensive.
Please like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Music by Hatman.